Festival. He opened up last year for Harry Reid in Las Vegas. Folks, Lee Camp.
One more time for Sam Cedar. He's a legend. So, it's good to be here with you guys to mourn the death of mainstream media. It's just gotten awful. I turned on CNN a week ago. Anderson Cooper goes word for word. He goes, coming up next, who's driving your kid's school bus? Some say it's a terrorist, and you don't even know it. What? How do you say that to millions of people without just cracking up and puking at the same time? What are you talking about? What do they expect us to believe? Yeah, you know that minivan-sized woman who goes by Etta May, who's been driving the same bus route in Toledo, Ohio for the past 30 years? She's Al-Qaeda. Yeah, I know, maybe you can't picture her on the terrorist training camp monkey bars in the middle of the 120-degree Afghanistan summer, but that's just because she's kind of let herself go over these past 30 years as a sleeper cell. It's just what terrorist would have the patience to sit through like 4 weeks of elementary school bus driver training with some retired gym coach being like, I cannot stress this enough. You may not date the children. I don't care how much you have in common. It's just, where's it gonna end, you know? Like, coming up next, who's under your kitchen sink right now? Some say it's gremlins, and you don't even know it. It's just all fear or celebrity. Fear or celebrity, right? It's celebrity. Whenever someone asks them why they're covering it, they're always like, it's rating. It's what the people want to see. You know what else the people want to see? 20-year-old naked chicks mud wrestling. But it's not news. It's not news. But that's what they cover. They focus on one person rather than looking at a broader issue, you know? Like, it's the Terry Schiavo syndrome. Focus on one little thing, right? Like, they took the feeding tube out of her. People had nothing to do with it running around like, reinsert the feeding tube, reinsert the feeding tube. The woman hadn't spoken in 15 years. Meanwhile, there's thousands of kids in Sudan going, feeding tube, we'll take it. They're like, no, only her. Get back in your huts. There's nothing to see here. It's just, it's gotten so bad. The worldwide Press Freedom Index put out a list of the countries, right, and how free their press is. In 2002, we were 17. Now we're 53rd. We're behind countries like Japan, Serbia, Bosnia, Lithuania, Mali. Mali doesn't even have pencils. They have clay tablets, but they have freer press because no one comes up and says, I don't agree with your tablet, and smashes it on the ground. Oh, it's just, you know, so now people are going to the net, which is great, but now they're trying to put restrictions on that, right? Net neutrality. The first thing we got to do to win this issue is you got to learn from the Republicans, change the linguistics, change the nomenclature. You know, the average American falls asleep before you get to the ality part of the word. All right, so if we don't seize on it, the other side's going to change it. And anti-net neutrality, net neutrality will be called give puppies cancer. So we got to seize on it. I recommend we change anti-net neutrality to slow porn. It's going to slow down your porn. Because apparently they can take away civil rights and nobody gives a damn. But you get in between Americans and their porn, there will be riots in the streets. There's one thing we can agree about, it's the separation of porn and state. So we gotta seize on it. Oh, but that's what it is, right? I don't know. The other it doesn't stop people, right, from ignoring it, from putting it off, right? Because it used to be, they were like, it's 100 years away, 100 years! And everybody was like, I'll be dead by then. Then they were like, it's 25 years away! And everyone was like, we'll invent giant air conditioners by then. And now they're like, people in California are on fire! And everyone's like, they probably live in a really fiery area. That couldn't happen to me. They're probably storing dry stuff in their house, like old magazines and elderly women. We just ignore it. And of course it is. It's the cars, right? Cars are doing it. But you don't connect the environment to your car. You just fill up your damn car, you know? You don't think about it. So if they want to solve global warming, don't come out with, like, electric cars. Come out with cars powered entirely by endangered species. Because no one would argue that filling up your car wasn't hurting the environment when they're stuffing a baby panda in their gas tank. You know? You never hear, no, the environment's fine. Hold on, the Arctic penguin's giving me a struggle. What? Right? And then you use the full service lane, because who wants to strangle their own dolphin? Really, what am I, a peasant? Get Pedro to do it. And if you think that was a hit on immigrants, that was a white guy with an exotic name. You shouldn't stereotype. You make me sick. Global warming, right? Oh, we're just so wasteful. We're wasteful with the oil, we're wasteful with food, you know? We have competitive eating competitions now. In other countries, they do it for survival. Here it's a game. Let's also have a competition to see who can get vaccinated the most. That'll be fun. You ever watch it? You can't turn the channel when you see these humongous guys with the names like Cookie Jarvis shoving hot dogs into their pie holes at a ridiculous speed. And people say gay marriage is unnatural and not what God intended. There is nothing God intended less than for 400-pound men with gullets like crocodiles to shove cow brains in their mouth when people cheer them on. Oh, so nuts. They do to a pile of food what Walmart does to a small town. Walmart is a monster. It's a monster that devours small towns and then traps out steaming piles of trailer park. And you know, in the little towns, they're excited. They have parades when Walmart comes. They have parades. They don't get it. They're like the losers in second grade who finally got the cool kid to sit at their lunch table. They're like high-fiving and everything. Then the cool kid steals their sandwich, dumps their mashed potatoes in their lap, gets all his products made by indentured servants in the Mariana Islands, slaps a Made in America sticker on it. This analogy lost its way, but you get the point. See where I'm headed. There's always that one store trying to hang in there, though. That one little mom and pop shop next to Walmart. It's always like Chuck's Lawnmower Shop. They're like, we'll sell you a lawnmower for $12. Then you go by Walmart. They're like, we'll sell you 12 lawnmowers for $8. And we'll throw in an illegal immigrant to mow the lawn for you. Bring it. Don't worry, he knows not to ask for health care. Sometimes he asks for holidays off, but he's just kidding. The immigration issue, that's the other issue. Once a month, CNN has to show those guys on the coast of Florida getting arrested. I say let them in. Those guys spend a year of their lives turning a truck into a boat.